Watch Lovers, Brad from Brent Miller, and do I ever have a treat for you today? If you didn't see it yet, Tudor has released a new Pelagos, and this is the Pelagos FXD model. The FXD is short for the fixed style spring bars here we have on the back. And I got to tell you, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think they nailed it with this. So let's go over the specs. It's a similar 42 millimeter grade 2 titanium cased, machined from a single block of titanium, which is obviously there's no spring bars involved here. So one less place of failure for this watch, which was designed for the French Navy or the Marine Nationale. So Tudor has stated they've been working with them kind of behind the scenes for the last 2 years, developing a new diver for their Navy. And this is the consumer edition or consumer product. There's obviously an issued variant that differs slightly that we'll talk about at the end. But let's get the case measurements out. So 42 millimeters, 12.75 millimeters thin. So this is about 1.5 millimeters thinner than the other versions of the Pelagos. 49.9 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. We have a 22 millimeter lug width here. And I failed to mention, I did measure this with the NATO at 14 millimeters with the NATO. So still very, very wearable, even with the NATO strap here at 14 millimeters. Turn it over. We are looking at a blue that is a little bit darker than the, I'll say, regular production Pelagos. You know, both of them, I'd say that blue is just a little lighter. This one's just a little bit darker. Obviously, we have no date on this dial. And we have a bidirectional ceramic bezel. And this watch is 200 meters water resistant. So let's talk about both those, the water resistance and the reason for the bidirectional. When Tudor was designing this for the Marine Nationale, specifically designing it for what they call underwater navigation, specifically an underwater navigation technique. Now listen, I'm not in the Navy, I'm not going to pretend to be, but how that was explained was two divers in the water, just below the surface of the water. One diver is holding a compass, while the other diver is, looking at their timing and essentially navigating underwater with a compass and this timer. So this is specifically used as a countdown timer, countdown bezel for that function. So because it's just underneath the surface of the water, you do not need, the 500 meters of water resistance, which is why this one is 200 meters, which is also why the case is able to be thinner. You can also see that we removed the helium escape valve, so there was no need for that based upon the functionality of why this watch was designed. I'll let you listen to the bezel. Feels great. I mean, really no play in there at all. Another item, if you haven't noticed, is how easily I was able to use this bezel with my gloves on, which sometimes you guys know I struggle with that, is because the bezel is slightly wider than the case. It flares out a little bit further than the case and is extremely easy to grab. I mean, boom, right there, no issue. Really just a nice job. You still have your snowflake hour hand. I love the simplicity of the dial. I love what they did with this watch. I really did. The strap. Now let's take a look at the case back real quick. So we have the Marine Nationale logo there, and then the MN21 is paying tribute to some of the history. Tudor's relationship with the French Navy goes back to 1956. And so some of the older models, when they were issued, had the MN in the year. And so what Tudor has done here this year is you get the MN, Marine Nationale, and the 21 is for the year of delivery to the retailer. So in January, as these start coming out later next year, you'll see MN22 and so forth, as long as they continue to produce this watch. It is using the MT5602 in-house movement with a 70-hour power reserve. And this NATO strap is very similar to some of the other Tudor NATO straps. If you're familiar with those, you guys watch any of these videos, you know I'm a huge fan. I did not intentionally wear my Tudor today, but I happen to have it on and love this. Love the natos. This is no different. It looks great, feels great, and again, I love the simplicity. Strap changes on this would be extremely easy. Again, I'm not going to do this to kind of protect the strap for the new owner, but it's simple. You literally pull that up, pull that out, and then you throw the other strap in. So while we're talking about the straps, it also comes with this fantastic blue rubber strap. And guys, I don't know if you can see how thin this is, but again, extremely thin. Not worrying about wearing that underneath through here. It's going to be comfortable. I would love to actually put this on. The other cool feature is that there is a fiberglass core that runs through this rubber strap for added durability. So again, even though it's thin, it's got a piece of fiberglass core running through this for durability, which is just awesome. Yeah, it's huge fan. I think either one of these is going to look and wear fantastic. Both of them have titanium buckles on them. Other than that, I think I've went over the highlights of the watch. I think you guys just want to probably see a wrist shot real quick, and then I'll get you a Loom shot, and we'll wrap this video up. So again, this is my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Took me a minute to get that in. If you have a larger wrist, the strap is only in one size. However, you can easily move the watch head on the strap to fit your wrist. So, you know, I just think it wears fantastic, looks great. Again, it's I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. I love it. And let me show you the Loom quick. I don't have complete, this is more of a low light. Can't completely darken my room, but hopefully you get the idea. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and job well done, Tudor. I think you hit a home run. Catch you guys in the next video.